So today we are excited to have two big ladies in our midst. They're going to be sharing with us. Again, please do not forget to choose your preferred language on your Zoom screen. You will see it looks like this picture. Go ahead and choose your language. So we have these two big ladies in our midst today. They're going to be sharing with us. We have our own Miss Melinda Mullican. That's the manager of Indianapolis Public Library, Wayne Branch. She's going to be sharing with us, especially as the children go for summer holidays. They want to stay engaged and be on track. Also, we have another big lady, Attorney Fatima Johnson from the law firm of Fatima Johnson, Indianapolis. Today, she's going to be sharing with us some immigration related discussions that will be beneficial to our families. So without much ado, I will go ahead and invite Miss Mullican. But before I do that, again, it's been a challenging year. I want us to start with this question. So just in one word, I want everyone, or as many that can, just put one word that represents your feelings to describe this whole and entire school year. Put it in the chat box. How have you felt? How did you feel, or how are you feeling? One word to describe your feelings for this entire school year. If you are a parent or caregiver, if you are a staff, whoever you may be, you're welcome to just write a word to describe your feelings. Let's see if we have one word, and then we invite Ms. Mullican. Challenging, yes, it is challenging. We have all been experiencing different, things, situations, and we try to wiggle our way through it, through those situations, through them. It's been challenging, yes. Process, challenging, yes. Well, we are thankful we all are here once again. So whatever challenges we all have encountered, we were able to, navigate our way, and some of us are still trying to navigate through them. But let's keep being positive. It will all end well, it will all end well. So, Ms. Mullican, you have the floor.
Okay. Oh, you have a picture of me from one of my last visits.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get back to that. I'm Melinda Mullican, the manager of the Wayne Branch Library, located at 198 South Girls School Road, just by the railroad tracks. Some knows from that, some knows as just south of Rockville Road. And I am going to share my screen if that's possible. Is that okay, Camilla? So I have to get rid of my picture to put my PowerPoint up?
Yes,
okay?
You go ahead and please share.
Okay. And that is if I can find. Give me 1 second. All great plans come, right? Let's see. Sorry. I need to, well, okay. Hold on, I have to get out of the exit full screen for just a moment to find my PowerPoint. I thought I had it up on screen. My apologies. There we go. And share that. Here we go. Okay. As I said, Indianapolis Public Library, we're one of many branches. This link, if William wouldn't mind putting that in the chat for me, pretty please. That is those are actually The YouTube link are multiple videos in different languages saying welcome to the library and gives you a little bit of information about the public library. We are open 6 days a week at the moment, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. That's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays we're 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Starting June 1st, we'll be open Monday and Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or excuse me, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. My apologies. It's still new to me. If you do not have a library card, it is free to sign up for one. Some people like to sign up online. You can do that. The link is there. But it is for online materials only. That means ebooks, e-audio, research, and I'm going to show some more about that in a moment. You can come into the library, bring your, if you have not signed up for a library card, you need to bring your identification. For some people, or most people, it's a driver's license. Some people, like my daughter, has a state ID. Anything that has, any ID that has your picture and your current address. If their address is not up to date on that ID, still bring it, but bring a piece of mail with your name and your current address on it. That could be a bill, a lease, something like that. And I wanted to do a shout out for teachers, anybody who's signed or who is on this in this meeting. If you don't have a free library card from the public library, even if you don't live in Marion County, you can sign up for one by showing your picture ID and proof of your teaching position in Indianapolis and Marion County. As I mentioned, we have lots of services. The main website to remember is indypl.org. That will get you to our main page, where you can find locations, you can find our services. Currently, we are doing curbside pickup. If you're not comfortable coming into a building right now, you can request library materials, either calling us, the number that's on the screen, or go online and request materials, and then call us and let us know when you want to pick up. Of course, you can come into the building. Right now, it's with mask on. I believe that may change in the future, but right now everyone's wearing masks. I have mine for when I'm out in the building. That you can look for books, for movies, for music, come use a public computer, send a fax, get a library card, update your library card if any information has changed. Ask for some help if you need help with using a computer, creating documents, applying for job, whatever. We have staff, librarians available to help. We also have assistive technology, large type books, closed caption DVDs, ebooks, various things. If you or someone you know would need something like that. More library services. We do online programs right now. I mean, story times, events, including English conversation circles. Those are all online right now. So if you go to indypl.org and click on events, that will show you all the programs that are coming up. And you can click on when you're, or ones you're interested in to register and get the link to do that. One of these services is Global Indie. So where you could go learn a new language. For me, that's Spanish. Find a book in your native language. There's all kinds of possibilities there. There's ebook, streaming assistance. If you need help with downloading a book onto a tablet, computer, that type of thing, you can ask us, or you can go to the site and follow the prompts. As the last line says, you can call us, you can text us, email us. We'll help you with questions, do research, homework help, that type of thing. Actually, if you go to indypl.org, click on locations, go find Wayne. You'll see my lovely photo there with a way to email me directly. So that is an option, and I will answer you right back. As I said, we have lots of services through our website, ndpl.org, career services, how to do a resume, small business help. I wish we were doing a seed library right now, but we didn't get our name in quick enough. But Pike and Eagle are doing that program. You can go in, get some seeds, get some information on gardening, and do some planting. We do interlibrary loan as well. If our branch, which has about 50,000 items in it, and none of the other branches in our 26 branch location, if we don't have it, you can always request interlibrary loan for a library across the nation to send one to you. We have so many research options, just a few. We do auto repair information, if you're looking for information on a person, biography, current events, homework help. We have it by grade, grades 6 through 12 with the older kids, or kindergarten through 5 for the younger ones. Information on jobs, career help, language learning, testing. If you know someone who is needs to take a test like a SAT, PSAT, whatever, there's some practice tests in there as well. And of course, we have books in our library system you can also check out for free. We also have some legal and consumer research help. It's more general help, such as like the ESL and citizenship. We are not the pros on that. We always refer you to an attorney like Fatima Johnson, and she'll mention some others, I'm sure, later. We provide general help. We can help you on the computer getting to sites, but we can't help you with the content. That you'll need an attorney or somebody more versed in that. So that's just some of the research options. Under resources, we have Creative Bug. It's they're more like YouTube videos on how to do everything from knitting, painting, you name it. Under the digital, we have yearbooks. There are scanned pictures. And yes, Ben Davis High School yearbooks are in there. The older years, not the more recent ones. We have some donated copies of the more recent ones. Some of you may have heard of Access 360 through the librarian or media specialist at your kid's school. It is a collection from the library that limits the materials that kids can look up to just kids or children or teens. There's no adult books in there. So it's to help with this better search. As I mentioned earlier, we have library programs. Right now it's through ndpl.org and events. This summer, we'll be doing the summer reading program that starts June 7th. And we will have in-branch or in-person programs. And those will be, I think you sign up for those in the branch. Because every library location, we're trying to still social distance, keep everybody safe, and still do these programs. So I think I've got a flyer that has that information. I don't know if it'll let me show it on the screen in a moment. But also coming up May 28th, our CEO, it's the CEO of the entire library system, will be out at Wayne on May 28th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. if you want to stop by and say hi. And I'll introduce you. Let me see, I'm going to stop sharing here and see if it will let me. I'll try to bring up my other screen. I don't know if it will let me. Just bear with me 1 second. Because I want to make sure I also tell you about our, along with the summer reading programs, let's see. Let me do this. Oh. Sorry, I don't do this very often, so hold on. Oops. Here we go. Oh, I lost my video. There we go. Okay, here we go. So this is the summer reading program, June 7th to July 31st. It is a program where you can read whatever books you want from home, from the library, as a family, separately. We want to make sure that everyone continues to read during the summer and keep your reading skills sharp. So when you go back to school, you haven't lost those skills. When you sign up for the program, you can do that through beanstack.org. I believe that is ndpl.beanstack.org. You sign up to keep track of your reading minutes. So for every hour that you read, there are prizes, badges that you can earn along the way. Some incentive to keep reading. And yeah, you have prizes when you've read 1 hour, 5 hours, 10 hours, 15, and 20. And you can keep reading, keep earning those minutes, and get prizes. Now, along with that, we'll have the Wayne Township Lunch Bus. They'll visit us Mondays and Thursdays at 11:30, starting June 14th. So you can stop by, visit the lunch bus, and it will be handout of a lunch box rather than sitting in the bus or as we've done in the past years. We have 3 picnic tables. You can bring a blanket if you would like to sit outside and eat. You're welcome to do that. So, and all of this is free. So we hope you'll come and visit us this summer. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm going to stop sharing here.
Thank you so much, Ms.
Oh,
Mullican. We appreciate all the valuable information you have shared with us. I wonder if anyone has any question for her at this time. Any question for Ms. Mullican?
I know I told you a lot in a short amount of time. So of course, if after we're done here, if you have any questions, you can stop in and ask. You can call us or go to ndpl.org, locations Wayne, and send me an email, and I will answer you back.
Thank you. So please feel free to connect, to reach out to her whenever you can. And the website is also put on the chat box right now. So you're welcome to access information and other things she has shared with us through the website. Thank you. Without wasting much time, I'm going to give it to Attorney Fatima Johnson to share with us presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Fatima Johnson. I am going to share my PowerPoint this time. I didn't share earlier today. Let me get that done really quickly. Okay, here we go. And just so I won't take up my whole screen, I won't do the slideshow, but this is just an overview of some things that are happening in 2021. Some of the things are consistent with what's always gone on, and some things are a little bit different. Just by way of background, let me delete this box. It's going to get on my nerves. Okay, I'll leave it. This is my family. This is my grandma, my mom. This is my grandma, grandpa, and father. And a boy met a girl. So my mom and grandma, this is actually their photo before they came over to the US from Panama. And they came, my father by then, he's in Brooklyn, New York. So I was born in Brooklyn by way of Panama. There are several ways to get a green card, and I've listed some of the ways. This is really making it very, very simple, or keeping it very, very simple. The ways to get a green card or permanent status in the US are by, I'll start here, the diversity lottery. That is when people are randomly picked from different countries just to keep the population of the U.S. and the population of the immigrants coming in diverse. If you are from a country where a lot of people come to the U.S., you will not be eligible for such a lottery. Employment, people come to work. They either come temporarily, but sometimes they come and they're eligible for a green card because they're coming to work permanently. This is something that is usually eligible to someone who is here studying and then applies for a green card through employment, or they are lawfully employed in the U.S. already, or they're coming to the U.S. to work on and they have the visa secured already. Family, this is a big one. This is probably the majority of our cases. We see family-based visas. This is parents applying for children, children applying for parents, husbands and wives applying for each other, and sometimes brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens can also come. Now that's a long, long route, but this is all within the family context of applying for a green card. VAWA. Sometimes if you are married to a U.S. citizen or you're married to someone with a green card, if they are abusive to you, if they don't treat you well, you can do what's called a VAWA self-petition. That means that you're going to be applying for yourself. A T visa or a U visa. Sometimes people are brought to the U.S. To work. They're trafficked to the U.S. One case I can think of is someone came to the U.S. To work as a maid. And when she arrived, she found out that she was not going to be working as a maid, but she was required to kind of go and steal and shoplift from different stores and was forced to do that. And for her, we obtained a T visa. So this is a very seldomly used visa because not a lot of people report this. A U visa is also something that a lot of people know about now. If you don't know about it, if you happen to be the victim, or if your child is a victim, or if your spouse is a victim of a crime, a violent crime that happened inside of the US, and you are cooperative with the police, you report that crime or someone reports the crime and you cooperate with the police, you cooperate with the investigation of that crime, excuse me, pardon me, then the law enforcement agency, such as the police department or a judge or the prosecutor's office, can sign a certification. And from that certification, you can get a special visa called a U visa. And from that U visa, you can get a green card. Refugees usually come to the U.S., will always come to the U.S. and with that refugee status. Once they are here for 1 year, they qualify for a green card. Asylees or asylum applicants, they are refugees. They are coming to the U.S. because they cannot live in their country without suffering from persecution. And it's not persecution because it's just a lot of bad things happen, delinquency in their country. That's not a reason for asylum. People who qualify for asylum have a direct threat against them, that threat exists because of their race, their religion, their political opinion, or their membership in a particular social group. As an example of a particular social group, we won an asylum recently for someone who was a single mother and a business owner, a small micro enterprise is what we called it, in Honduras. That's an example of a specific social group. SIJ, that stands for Special Immigrant Juvenile Status. And this is for those children who come to the United States and are living with guardians or living with one parent, and they come to the United States and they cannot be reunited with the other parent or at least one of their parents because of abandonment, abuse, or some other situation like that. It's not just that the parent was never, the parent can't afford to take care of them. There has to be some kind of neglect or abandonment or abuse in that context. And these are ways that people can get green cards. We are often asked about family-based and asylum cases. Those are the ones I get the most questions about. Let me see if I can answer some of your questions before you even have to ask about family-based cases and asylum cases. If you are in the United States for more than 6 months without permission, or if your visa expires and you're there for 6 months, you are subject to a 3-year bar from receiving any kind of immigration benefit. If you are in the United States for more than a year, you are subject to a 10-year bar from receiving any kind of immigration benefits. That means you need to go outside of the country and pass the time of your bar there, outside of the country. The exceptions to this exist within certain humanitarian visas, and if you marry a US citizen, there's an exception. But the exception only exists for those people who entered with a visa. There's also an exception if your child is 21 years old and petitions for you. But again, you have to have entered the United States with a visa to qualify to adjust to be a green card holder here in the United States. Otherwise, are sometimes some things that can be done by way of applying for a waiver of that punishment or bar that puts you outside of the United States. But those are very specific and only exist if you have a parent or a spouse who is a US citizen or green card holder. Asylum, the questions I get a lot first revolve around the amount of time that the person is here. There's a 1-year deadline for filing asylum. If you have been in the United States for more than 1 year, it is more than likely that you are not going to qualify to file for asylum. The other question I get is if, excuse me, I'm sorry, if I as a lawyer can help people invent reasons to stay in the United States by way of telling a story, or can you help me write a story and say why I'm scared to go back? The answer is no. As an attorney, I'm also an officer of the court, and I'm not allowed to present anything that's not true. Okay, I'm going to go on. The ultimate goal is citizenship. If you arrive at green card status, you have to wait 5 years, and you have to be a person of good moral character within that time, and you can qualify for citizenship. If you got your green card through marriage, then you only have to wait 3 years before you qualify for citizenship if you are still married to that person. Okay, but recently, this applies to a lot of people. This got me really excited, and I don't know if it was just me because I'm kind of an immigration nerd, or if everyone was as excited as I was a few weeks ago when there was a Supreme Court decision. And the Supreme Court decision was related to cancellation of removal. So I'm going to tell you about cancellation of removal very quickly. So so we can cover that, because a question I get a lot is, I've been here for 10 years, so now can I apply for my green card? And the answer is usually no. Not just by being here 10 years can you apply for a green card. In a very special and specific circumstance, you can. If you are in deportation proceedings and you have been in the United States for 10 years, and you have children of any age who are US citizens, or you have a spouse who's a US citizen or green card holder, then you can apply for cancellation of removal. Cancellation of removal means that you are in removal proceedings. You are actually in removal proceedings. That means that a judge is over your case. A judge will make the decision, and that means that ICE attorneys are trying to deport you. So if that is the situation and you are in removal proceedings, you have to go to Chicago for court, then you can possibly apply for cancellation of removal. Remember, you have to have been in the United States 10 years, and you have to be a person of good moral character within that 10 years. You have to show that you have children a spouse who are U.S. citizens. And the very last one, the one that is the hardest thing to do, is to show that those children or that spouse would suffer if you need to leave the United States. They would suffer either because of separation from you, or they would suffer because they have to leave too. And it can't just be, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to miss if my mom leaves, I'm going to miss her. That is not sufficient to qualify for cancellation of removal. If my mom leaves and she's a single mother and she leaves me here, then I won't have anywhere to live. That's different. That's a different argument. And that's something that aligns with what a cancellation of removal case is. That's unusual hardship to that child. Well, this Supreme Court decision said that they are going to count the time from when you are in removal proceedings and get a notice to appear with a date on it and with a place that you're supposed to appear. They're going to count back from that time to count your 10 years. So a lot of people are in removal proceedings and they never got that notice. They never got notice from the government that says you are in removal proceedings and you need to come to court at this time at this location. They never got that. And the Supreme Court said, if you've never received that, then we're going to keep on counting the time. And your time does not stop when that piece of paper, when that notice was given to you, but your time keeps counting. So let's say for people, I've been in the US for 9 years and then I get put in removal proceedings. Before April 29th, I would be 1 year short from filing for cancellation of removal. After April 29th, they're going to look at that document. And if that document is incorrect, then the time is still going. The clock is still going. So this gives people an opportunity to actually reopen cases. To reopen cases if they weren't given proper documentation. So even if your case is closed, this is an opportunity to get your case reviewed to see if it can be reopened. You do not have to go to me. Ms. Bukola later will tell you that this is not an advertisement for me. I want you to go look. It does not have to be with me. I want you to make sure that you have that paperwork. If you don't, you'll have to get that paperwork. I want you to go look if you have a deportation order and see whether this decision will help you. Okay. No matter if you are a citizen, an immigrant with a green card, an immigrant without a green card, if you came with papers, if you came without papers, you have certain rights and you have to know your rights. You have the right to remain silent. And we see that on television all the time. You have the right to remain silent. And what do people do after they are told that? They talk. You will not do that. You will remain silent. I want you to practice remaining silent. And just like we tell the children, like, stop, hush. That kind of pressure that comes upon you when you have an encounter with a policeman makes you want to explain yourself. Don't do that. They don't have to tell you the truth. They don't have to lead you in the right direction. They don't have to stop you when you're saying things to hurt yourself. Just be quiet. Say, my name is, and tell them your name. My date of birth is, and tell them your date of birth, and be quiet. And go to the next step. Ask for an attorney. Ask to speak with a lawyer. Unless you are coming in at the border, you have the right to a lawyer. People who are within 100 miles of the U.S. border do not have the right to a lawyer. But they can still ask. They're going to tell them no. But anyone else, ask for a lawyer. Do not consent to giving up or waiving your rights. The C is for consent. Do not consent to giving up or waiving your rights. Don't sign anything, especially if it's in English and you do not read English. And even if you do read English, this is tricky English. They are going to trick you. So do not sign anything. Don't sign any document before you speak to a lawyer. Whatever they need to do, they can do without your signature. Okay. Also be sure to do the following. And I'm going to start with one that I did not put on this list. Do the following. If someone is knocking on your door and they're saying it's ICE at the door, do not open that door unless they have a warrant. Let them camp out if they can, if they must. Do not open the door unless they have a warrant, and not a warrant that says ICE warrant. That warrant needs to be a warrant signed by a judge. Do you have a warrant signed by a judge? Is the correct question. They will say no. They might say yes, but okay, put it to the peephole. Let me read it. Slide it under the door. Let me read it. If they don't have that, do not open the door. Also, be sure to not carry false documents. I have seen a multitude of fake green cards um, in my life. Before I even started working in immigration, I saw them. Don't use them. If you must use them, I would advise against it. But no, everyone doesn't listen to lawyers' advice. I don't want you to use it. I'm not going to say if you must use it. Don't use it. But if you happen to have one and you're not ready to listen to me, do not carry it in your wallet, please, or your car glove compartment, because if you get stopped by the police, you're going to get in trouble. Um, and much worse than carrying the fake green card is to carry a fake social security number or a fake birth certificate that says you are a U.S. citizen. If you carry something or tell someone that you are a US citizen and you are not, that is something that we call something that goes in the black hole of immigration. That means no matter how good a lawyer you have, no matter how much money you spend, it's not fixable. Carry a Know Your Rights card. And I know Ms. Bukola has some red cards with some rights that kind of list these things and remind you of what you can and cannot do or should and shouldn't do. Find out the name and phone number of a reliable immigration attorney and keep the information with you at all times. Know your alien registration number. That's your A number, and write it down. Have it someplace at home. Let's make sure your family knows where it is. Prepare a form or document that authorizes another adult to care for your minor children, and advise family members who don't want to be questioned by ICE to stay away from any place where a raid happened or a detained person is being held. Okay, this is just a short list of what Joe Biden's administration has done, what's changed. A lot of things have changed, some things have remained the same. Um, Asylum has changed because people can apply for asylum inside of the country, some people, whereas before they couldn't. And these numbers are really lower than immigration advocates would like for people and how they're being treated and allowed to enter the country at the southern border. But that's what's going on down there. So that has resulted in a severe backlog in asylum cases. So if you're applying for asylum now, you might have to wait a little longer. I will tell you, we have not been to an asylum interview since 2019 because of the pandemic and because of the backlog. Interior enforcement priorities. This means that just because you get stopped by ICE does not mean they're going to issue or try to deport you, because there's enforcement priorities. The courts are backed up and they do not want everyone in the court. So people who have committed a crime are priorities for deportation. The border wall, we know that stopped. Still don't know what's going to happen with the portions of it that have been constructed already. Refugee resettlement. We were at 125,000 refugees a year. That went all the way down to 15,000. And after some pressure, I think the Biden administration raised it to about 62,500. Okay, let me get this screen out the way. Entry bars. So there used to be with asylum, even there was something that said if you pass through other countries, then you couldn't apply for asylum, and this has changed now. So deferred action for childhood arrivals, we know that's back in action, that's back in play. If you have a child who you think qualifies, they've hit 15, then they can apply. Reviewing agency rules, public charge, and naturalization. So the wealth test to see if you have enough money. Everyone was kind of panicking because they thought you wouldn't qualify for a green card if you had Medicaid or if your children had Medicaid and so on and so forth. That they got rid of that. family separation, that's still kind of a terse issue at the border. We don't know what's going to happen with that. From what I hear, it's still happening, but not as much. Temporary protected status for Venezuela and deferred enforcement departure for Liberia. So that means that they have these special kind of protected statuses where they are not required to leave the country and are entitled to work authorization. So that is a short version. I tried to go really, really quickly. I normally don't talk this fast, but here's my information right here, 866-416-VISA. Also, I usually refer people to the Neighborhood Christian Legal Clinic. Here's their phone number, 317-429-4131. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat as well. And Indiana Legal Services as well. And I refer people to both of those organizations because they offer pro bono and modest means services. Pro bono services means free, and modest means reduced rate services. So if you have an issue and you want to and you need help, I would, if it is not time sensitive, I would always start with these two places and see if they have the resources to help. If they don't, then yes, you probably will need a private attorney. But if they do, both of these agencies do good work. I know the immigration attorneys there, they do good work. And now I'm finished. If anyone has any questions.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fatima Johnson. So families, we have listened to Attorney Fatima Johnson share with us this evening. We hope you have been able to pick one or two things from what she has shared with us tonight. So again, she's mentioned it earlier. For your information, our disclaimer is that we are not advertising the law firm of Fatima Johnson. However, you are welcome and you feel free to reach out to her if you need our services. That will be solely your responsibility. So if you choose to use her, fine. All she came here to do this evening is just for to share valuable information with our international families in order to help them. So once again, we want to say thank you to you, Ms. Johnson.
Thank you.
Her details will be on the chat. If you want to reach out, please feel free. And she will always guide you into what to do. And of course, whatever fees that are associated, you can discuss every other details when you see her. Just want to do a quick check if we have any question. Okay. We do not have any question. Just because of our time, we'll just go ahead with our meeting. So last week, on Monday and Tuesday, we had our family fun night. Where we had the magician, perform some magic and, entertained our families. We had the English session on Monday and the Spanish on Tuesday. So we were wondering if you all have some form of feedbacks for us. We really do appreciate that, because we want to know if you really enjoyed your time. I mean, I was present at both sessions and I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the tricks. I enjoyed, the engagement of the magicians. So we want to know this. We are wrapping up the school year. We're looking forward to another school year next year. So do you want such things? Do you want, for us to organize such events? Is it something your family will appreciate? Please write your feedback on the chat box. We will really appreciate if you do that. Very quickly, we're going to go ahead and share some important updates. Be reminded that kindergarten registration will be on Wednesday, July 7th, 2021. So before now, we have been advertising the dates. So the final in-person date will be July 7th. So that's the only day. So we have our kindergarten registration on July 7th. And that will happen in all of our elementary buildings in Wayne Township. Also, May 31st, it's Memorial Day. There will be no school on that day. So you're welcome to enjoy your family time at home. Our last day of school will be June 2nd. So that will be the final day for the 2020-2021 school year. So after that, you're welcome to stay at home and read and stay healthy and do every other activities, fun activities you have for summer. Just for you to know, our first day of school next school year will be July 28th. On Wednesday, July 28th will be the first full day for all our students, kindergarten until 12th grade. Of course, we hope to continue our parents' meeting next year, and you're welcome to view our full calendar right here. We have all these links. Please feel free to access these links later on. You can access them through the Parent Square message that we sent out, the messages we sent, and both in the earlier part of the day and this evening. All those links and all these links are there. Also, feel free to visit our LAP Parent YouTube channel. We have all these recordings in there also. The Wayne at Home student. So all for your devices, all students will have to keep their device through summer if you wish. Except you do not wish to keep your device, you may return it to school. But if you are keeping your device, please make sure you return them on July 28th when you are coming back to school next year. In case you are not planning to return to school, to Wayne Township School, please return your device to your school with all power cords, adapters, and cases. The office hours are from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m., Monday through Thursday. And on Friday, 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. For as many people that are interested, we have elementary wrestling camp at Ben Davis High School coming up. So there is going to be a 3 day of technique and instruction and 1 day of competition. So we have current BDHS wrestlers serving as camp counselors and coaches. If you are interested, please feel free to reach out to if you can call this number, the coach, sorry, Thomas Johnson, that's the head wrestling coach. And the email is listed and also the number. The time of meeting is from 6 p.m. to 7:30, Monday, May 24 to Thursday, May 27 in the evening. Also, during summer, we're going to be doing meal distribution for all children age 18 and under. It's going to be Mondays and Thursdays from June 14 to July 22nd, except July 5th, which is regarded as a holiday for 4th of July. So every other day except July 5th, from June 14 to July 22nd, you're welcome to go to all this distribution location. We have Chapel Hill 7th and 8th grade center. We have Bridgeport Elementary and Stoutfield Elementary. Please, you're welcome to visit our website for detailed information about other locations or distribution locations. We have International COVID-19 Vaccine Registration Day upcoming on Saturday, June 5, from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. We are going to have a free registration in your preferred language. So we're going to, as the day draws near, we are going to send out an update to this information. So you're going to call a number. You do not have to go to anywhere. You will call that number and you'll be able to register for your vaccine. We also have listed here some free virtual summer camp opportunities. So please feel free to make use of all these resources. We have Camp Wonderpolis, which deals with literacy boost activities and STEM field career. We have virtual 4-H camp, art and craft, cooking projects, STEM learning program, etc. So please make use of all these resources for your family benefits during this summer. Stay engaged. Do not, stay on track. Do not forget all you have learned during this session. Also, we have health resources, Aspire Indiana Health. They are one resource that they are available from, to care for your medical needs from babies to adults. It doesn't matter whether you are undocumented or uninsured. They can help with getting you insured or at least helping you to do pay on a sliding scale. Sponsorship opportunity is also available. So please reach out to them on this number for appointments. Always remember to visit the Immigrant Welcome Center website and bertha.com. You only need to type in your zip code and it presents a whole array of opportunities, assistance, resources, bills, rent, job assistance, healthcare, whatever assistance you're looking for. Please feel free to visit that website. Also, rental assistance from Marion County Renters. You can visit their websites to access the assistance they are providing. And if you live outside Marion County, you can also visit the indianahousingnow.org. If you're paying mortgage, if you have a home, you can call this number to get help for your mortgage payment. So telephone is 877-438-4673. Other health resources is Shalom Healthcare Center. Again, they accept all forms of insurance. They have sliding scale fee discount program for the uninsured and underinsured. Prescription assistance program for those who qualify. Low cost of free immunization is available. Same day appointment in case of sudden illness. Please visit their website for a detailed information of all they have to offer. Gleaners Food Bank is available if you ever need food during summer, during this time. And they are always available Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and the times are listed. The address is right there, 3737 Waldemar Avenue, Indianapolis, and their website is listed. So you can visit the website for you to know details about when you can go and what they even offer, the kinds of food they offer. And we have other food pantries listed: Community Caring and Sharing, Bridgeport Central Baptist Church Food Pantry, and so forth. Please feel free to access all these resources for your family. Again, it is summertime. The weather is changing. We've been through a whole lot during the school year. Some people said it's been so challenging. It's a process. It's hard. And we can go on and on. But right now, for a few weeks, you're going to be off school. So please, just some summer tips for families. Enjoy family time. Try to maintain a structured schedule. Otherwise, you might lose track of all that you have learned during the school year. Make sure to stay active and healthy. Make sure you're on top of your checkups and vaccination, including COVID-19 vaccination for eligible children. Stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. We have listened to Ms. Mullican advising us about the library today. Go to visit your local library, make a reading list, read, and read. And when you read, you stay right there. Did you see? She just showed us that shirt. Read, and read. A reading mind stays active. So you have to stay active in your mind. And of course, participate in summer learning events around you. So once again, we would really like to thank our families for attending the monthly meetings. Since the beginning of the school year, us changing the schedule, from in-person to virtual, and you have really, moved with us. We want to really say thank you for your flexibility. We want to thank you for always coming to listen to us, because if you do not come, there's nothing we can do. So thank you for always coming to listen. Mrs. Akimbola, myself, and Mr. Escobar, we want to say thank you. So our last day of school, of course, like the teachers, will be June 3rd, and we will return to our normal business on July 27, 2021, the next school year. If you have questions during summer, you're welcome to contact our office, the LAP office. You'll be speaking to Vanessa Gomez on 317-988-8653. You can also email her if you have any question during summer hours. Summer hours are Mondays through Thursdays, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Again, we want to say thank you to Ms. Mullican. We want to say thank you to Ms. Fatima Johnson for joining us tonight. We cite some of our teachers right there. We see Ms. Mastin, we see Ms. and some Miss Ogurinde. Thank you, Ms. Schaefer. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you, and we hope you have a wonderful summertime. We will see you the next school year. Enjoy your summer, enjoy your family time, and take care.